get on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Wow, look at that.
It's pretty clear.
Amazing.
It really does.
Mine.
Have you heard the whole thing yet?
Yeah, a bajillion times.
Oh, I've only heard one song.
Oh my God. It's so good.
I mean, the one song I heard was good.
What was that
In
song?
Church Girl.
That's the best one.
Is it?
It's one of them. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's the only one I've heard. It came on my Lizzo Pandora station today. They're coming high.
All very good.
Yeah. And then I've heard, of course, You Will Break My Soul. I've heard that one. So basically I've heard two. Wow. Good evening. Hello. Hi there. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining on a Wednesday afternoon. We were just catching up because we haven't even seen each other in a while. So, I mean, outside of like FaceTime, but I hadn't been over here in a while, except for like courier services. Good evening.
Chat from here.
What? Nice. You got a new prescription, or are you just wearing them? Period. Kia said, "I've been waiting on this." Well, we are here for you, Kia. Hi there. Thanks for joining. I did get a couple of questions in the chat box that I put up in or on Instagram. So I will begin there. And if you guys, of course, want to chat or leave any other questions, you can do that in the chat box here. Hey. Temple said, OMG, what are the odds I get on right on time? Hey, ladies. Yes. And also note, we will not be on here for 2 and 3 hours as our past.
Not today.
As our past ones were.
This is my third live this week.
That is a lot.
Oh my God, this one. Yeah, I was not prepared.
That is a lot for you. Oh my gosh. Good afternoon, good evening. So I guess I'll just start with some of the questions that were already submitted so that we can pack as much as we can in this 1 hour session. Let me hop on live here on my phone so I can catch up with the chat. Oh, I can't see the chat now. Okay,
I just woke up from a nap. If you must know.
She's gonna be waking up. She's cranking up in just a little bit. She's winding on up.
This is why I can't take naps. It's like the opposite of that. It was a bag. Just fell.
Oh, okay. She's like waking. She's cranking up like a little baby. Oh my gosh. You enjoy. Oh my gosh. I just got thank you, Trika.
Aw.
That's my first what is it called?
Yeah, I don't even know. I've never got.
Oh my goodness. You can
like a bonus thing or something? I don't
know. Like it told me to set it up like a couple weeks ago, but I didn't.
Maybe I should do that.
You just absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate the
so cool.
little bonus amount thing. Thank you. Oh, this is called Super Chat. Oh
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. How nice. That's my first. I will always remember you for this. Okay. I will never forget Trika ever. But I can definitely see the incentive though, like why you'd want to like keep doing this. What was I doing? The questions. Okay. All right, you guys sent in a lot. So here we go. The first one I'll say is, or where we'll start. Where will we start? One of the first questions is, will this be on the schedule for weekly chats, or did your schedules just match this week?
Just matched.
It really did. So Jenee's been gone. I've been a little more settled now, but this week we're both here together in the same week, and we're just like, let's just go ahead and do it, or one of us will take off again, and our schedules won't align. So I don't think we'll have a regular cadence just because of just how life is going. But we'll try. We'll do our best to at least be somewhat regular, whether it's quarterly or bi-monthly. I don't know. No worries. Okay. Oh, this was a good one. Will you start traveling with Jenee like to fashion weeks, or is this not your lane? I don't. I don't think I'll be traveling to fashion weeks. I wouldn't say it's not my lane. I am not in it like Jenee is. Like, she is fashion. Yes. Yeah. So I don't know if I am necessarily considered a fashion person. I just like what I like, but I don't do any homework in what's trending. I don't know. Like, honestly, if Jenee doesn't tell me, I don't even know what's trending. I don't know what's I look at the what to wear based off what she says. I don't have a clue. So I would probably go to a fashion show and just be clueless. Like, they could be like, "Oh, this is such a designer," like, never heard of him. Like, I would probably insult people. So I don't know if that's if I'm at that point yet. So we'll see. Let's see.
I'm looking at the chat.
Oh, you are? Okay, perfect. Just hop in if there's something that someone's saying.
Yes, Trika, I was at Essence Fest. It's all on my page, girl.
What is next on your agenda as far as content creation?
I don't know what that means.
Like, are you going to be changing content? Are you doing anything new with your content? Are you...
Well, our focus right now is just me and Josh just have more time now that he works with me full time. So just letting him be creative and try new things and kind of like shoot for the fun of it and just to like practice and try different things. So as far as photography and video too, like typically I would do all of my like reels and TikToks myself, but we did some reels today that was like campaign stuff. So like that's kind of the priority right now. It's like learning how to work together on creating content and allowing him time to learn, which he didn't have before.
So he's going to be doing some video editing too?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I mean, he just started photo editing.
Right. Right. It's week 1. Let me calm down.
But even him just helping with like the creative part of things. Like, I'm so used to doing it myself, I can do it very quickly.
Yeah.
But it's also more efficient in the long run if I can have someone that helps me do it and make sure I'm in focus, and someone else would think of, creative shots and that kind of stuff. Yeah. But right now, it's kind of prolonging the process.
Gotcha.
But that's just what we got to do.
Yeah. Let's see. So here was another question we got, was keeping in touch as friends with your busy schedule. So it's like a topic, like, how do you keep in touch? I don't know if we're the best example, but I was supposed to call Dana today. Oh. So how do you
have to be thoughtful?
Well, you have to remember. Yeah. And then so how would you say you keep up with your friends? I'm just opening up the Instagram, make sure I didn't.
It takes effort. It takes effort in being persistent, and sometimes being like me and Dana had to stop like setting up times and just like for a minute. And I feel like we're all like that. Like, I always just think people are busy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll try this time. Then that time passes and you forget. I feel like we don't really plan calls. We just kind of call.
Yeah.
But like getting together takes more effort.
Yeah. Well, I think we just aren't here. Like, I'm here. I was here for 2 years.
Oh, 20.
Yeah, then when you start taking off, you like took off. Like, you haven't stopped yet.
Yeah. You're just not good at timetables though.
I have been on time for things, so that's baby steps.
Exactly.
Me, Yeah. See, so Jenee's schedule is more like planned time. Like, she plans her trips, she plans her days. I am still kind of
getting there.
I'm
And
getting
you
there.
have to be flexible, like with learning what works for people.
Yeah.
I would never expect her to be like me. It would just frustrate me. So I just have to be flexible and try to go with the flow. What time does the flow start? I don't know. I'd love to go with the flow.
What time does the flow start? Yeah, and I will get up and then be like, hey, I'm here to go to Georgia. See you later. Bye. But
yeah, she's like, oh, you want to have coffee this morning? It's already this morning.
Yeah.
I can't. No, I have 20 things. But then sometimes I just have to be like, you know what? Sure.
I appreciate those
this
moments.
This is a priority. I'm just gonna. This stuff can move. That's the.
But I also am glad that there's like video calls, like we FaceTime, like so. When we're starting to get to that place where we're like, okay, we just really haven't seen each other. We'll just send each other like angry emojis and just be like, okay, that's enough. We haven't seen each other, or FaceTime's not enough, and yeah. So that's even how we got here today. Like the other day, we just had to we sat on FaceTime and we started from the last 2 weeks. It was like, okay, let's catch up from the last 2 weeks. Start from date and go back. And then we were like, okay, let's go ahead and do a good girl first chat this week. So that's how it's been going.
That's a good question in the chat.
Go ahead.
From Crystal. You've both taken bold steps to shift your lives in different careers or in a direction and career-wise than what you want. What actions, mindset shifts, or pivots have been most impactful to change direction? I wrote about this in my blog post, but for me, about leaving my job, so it's an old one. But for me, it was just kind of like the mindset, or kind of like the thing that made me want to go after what I want to do, is just having someone in charge of my destiny and working really hard for something and it just being taken away. That was just like a light bulb went off. Like, why am I working this hard? And not saying entrepreneurship or whatever you want to do is not for everyone or working for yourself, but I would just say any type of dream or goal. There's probably a way for you to make it happen for yourself. But sometimes the easiest route is just to, like, I just thought I would be a millionaire working at Target. Like, I knew I could become, I could be in the C-suite. I knew I could get there. And I was too afraid to kind of like do my own thing. That just wasn't even a thought until like I was just working my ass off and someone just was like, oh, you know what? No promotion for you. I think let's wait a little bit. So that was, and then the day-to-day is kind of just like, it's up to us. Nobody's going to tell you to get up on time. Nobody's going to tell you to set a schedule. No one's going to tell you to stick on routine. No one's going to make you plan monthly goals, quarterly goals, yearly goals. So this life can be what you make it. You can make a little bit of money. You can make a lot of money. You could also burn yourself out and not be consistent and not build a loyal audience and just like shell random crap and, just promote anything. So it's up to you. Everything's up to you, which is a lot of pressure. You have to be very thoughtful about. I always try to see the long-term goal. How do I want my audience to feel in 5 years? If I'm trying to sell them crap right now, they're probably not going to like me in 5 years if I keep doing that. They're probably not going to trust me in 5 years. Like, that's my mindset, I think.
Yeah. I would say similar to you that even though I'm doing this full time, it also did come where two things occurred that I'm able to share. One is when the pandemic started, my job at the time cut our salaries. So that was like, oh, and there was nothing that I could do about it. They literally were saying, they company-wide said, we're cutting everyone's salary, and we didn't know if we were ever going to get that money back. We didn't know if we would be reimbursed for that time. Yeah. And they did end up, giving us they didn't give us our money back, but they ended up bringing us back to our salary a couple months later. But I think that was a turning point. It was like, someone really can control my money that way, and I didn't even know at that time if they could take more, if they were going to do layoffs, which they did end up doing as well. So then I think from there, that was the real light bulb, like, oh shit, this could this could really impact me for real. Someone can control or take away my money that I'm working hard for. And then I think as time was going on, I became more and more and more uncomfortable, aggravated, irritated, pushed and pulled in so many different directions that I was just like, this doesn't even feel good. I don't even like what I'm doing. I felt that even work was getting in the way of creating because I felt like that this was more of my job, my destiny than my actual career path. So I think what I was talking to one of my friends about earlier this week is that we say how it's almost like when you know too much, then you take less risk. And versus like someone else, like I know several people who don't have more than a high school education or less, and they are out here killing it, making money, making moves, taking risks. And they're like, this is the plan, I'm following the plan. There is no plan A, B, C, D. And I think if I had been aggravated, pushed, just gone through all those different things, I wouldn't have felt confident enough because I was like, no, I gotta make sure I have this amount of money, or I need to make sure I save this, or I can't leave now because I gotta, that you can make yourself all the excuses in the world. But what if you just stick with a plan and just go for it? Like, just do it. So,
someone mentioned like they don't think entrepreneurship is for them, and I don't think it's should be a goal for everyone. But I think it can also just help you still have other goals, or just pivot your plan a little bit. Find a better company. Find maybe a mentor. It can help you to get a second stream of income that just makes you feel like you're a little more in charge. Of your destiny.
Because if I was able to stay at my last job and was happy and pleased and the schedule was well and do this, I would have done that. I absolutely would have done it. But and who knows? I mean, I may go back. I don't know. We're about to go to recession. I may need some more money. I don't know. But who knows from there? But I don't tell people, and I think I say it almost in every live. I do not. I'll tell people to go ahead and quit their job, but I'm not telling anyone to jump into entrepreneurship because it's not as easy or fun as it may appear. Especially when you're growing. Like if you're growing a business, you're growing a brand, you're growing.
Because it just adds more stress.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like I wasn't thinking about leaving my job when I did. That just, I literally could not do it anymore as far as having time. But then also when my promotion got taken away, I was just like, fuck this place. Like I can't come here another day. I mean, I came 3 more weeks to my bonus. Right. But I was like, I can't be dedicated and just keep striving for excellence and trying to do my job. When you literally do not care about me, so now I don't care about you.
What are 3 tips for someone taking the leap into the influencer market?
Understand who you're serving. Who is your person? Who is your target audience? What type of woman is she? What type of content does she need? How are you helping her? What value are you bringing her? Like literally picture a woman. What is she like? What is she not like? Or a man, whoever it is, or a family, like whatever type of content you're creating. Who is the target audience so that you always can stay on track with what you're creating that is purposeful, helpful, and you have a reason for creating every day. It's not about you, which ties into knowing who you're serving. People that just want to get on the internet and look cute. I mean, I don't want to say they're not going to have careers because there's many people that do. I just don't know what value that brings you, especially if you want to do this for a long time. That would honestly be more of a detriment to me if everything I did relied so much on me just looking pretty. As opposed to I can look like shit today and just still get on the internet. Not that I look like shit, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I cannot be done up and just offer some value and just chit chat and there's no pressure to me for that. I like to look cute, but I don't have to.
Yeah.
So I think remembering who you're serving. What else? What's the third one? What was the question again?
What 3 tips? I think you said 3 though already, but that's what 3 tips for someone taking the leap into the influencer.
Yeah, it's not about you. Know your audience, and see the long-term goal. I know it's hard, and a lot of people, but it makes you make good decisions. right? Like the reason I changed my first Instagram name was because in my mind, I was like, what if I'm on the Today Show one day? I don't want to introduce myself as this. Still haven't been on the Today Show, but when I do, I want to be able to introduce myself and be confident in that name.
Yeah.
I want to be able to show certain work and be confident in that. I want to be able to talk about the brands I work with and be confident in that. Like it impacts a lot of decisions that I make, knowing what my long-term goal is. I can easily say no and yes to certain brands because I'm like, that doesn't align with what I'm trying to do in 5 years. So that's a no. That doesn't make any sense for what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go.
Good
That's
answers.
Very passionate.
Yeah, I don't know if I can follow that. So I think I have one or two. But I would say as far as breaking into the influencer market, I think from the financial side, what I would say is prepare and plan. And I think what I'm saying, what I want to really get across is a lot of times people say, well, I don't have the money to do this. And they think you have to buy a whole bunch of stuff to have influence or to start sharing with your audience. And I think that that's such a myth. You know, you don't have to. I sold several pair of jeans just by going into H&M and taking a picture in H&M's fitting room and selling their merchandise. So it doesn't take a lot of money to break into it. So don't go broke trying to keep up with Jenee. I was in the Joneses, but don't go broke trying to keep up with Jenee. You know, you don't have to have a lot of money to start doing that. I follow several accounts who have like cleaning videos. I'm like, well, I can watch this all day long, and they're not spending any money. They're just cleaning. So
it's just knowing your audience.
Yeah,
entertaining.
Yeah,
stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. If you go to my page now, you can scroll down. Baby, everything was Target, Zara, every bag. I still have the same closet, but all those bags were Target, Zara, Aldo. The vibes are still there.
The vibes are still there.
The looks are still giving.
Right, they're still giving. And then I think the only other thing I would say is breaking into it goes along with like making sure you're not burning yourself out, but it's getting a schedule. And I'm saying this
you're
now.
Still working on
I'm just now like I
think
you
get it now. Yeah. Woo. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's it. She would yell at me. I mean, it's not like yell at me, but she would give me some tough up conversations, and I'd be motivated in that time. But the discipline wasn't following the motivation. Like my motivation level will be at 100. I'm like, wow, I'm so motivated. I would even watch her lives or listen to, we'll talk about different things, and she would have me on high. But my discipline wasn't following. I was like, what do you mean I need a schedule? Like I have all day. I have nothing but time on my hands.
And then it's midnight. You're like, I'm trying to film a video.
Right. And then I'm like, man, I really could have used the time in the daytime where it was daylight, where I could have filmed this video. So it really is taking now where I'm just now getting onto a schedule, where I'm just now understanding the different platforms. So they're changing every time we turn. The Instagram is not the same that it was 2 years ago. It's not the same that it was 3 years ago. And so trying to even keep up with the trends, the changes. We got TikTok now, trying to learn TikTok. So I think that staying as regimented as you can will also help when you're breaking into it. You can't just be out here winging it.
Yes, you're so right. She's talking about another YouTuber who does luxury. And a lot of people do luxury, and people just think they have to, again, keep up with the Joneses, go broke. Cassie does a great job of just offering value. She's not doing unboxings every week or like going on shopping sprees or anything, but she'll do like luxury roundups or what's new in luxury news or like what new collaborations are coming out, what's hot right now, And it's just helpful, right? Yeah. Like I look at her videos, I'm like, I don't have time to go shopping every week or there's no stores here.
Right.
So if you can go into Saks, and tell me what's new, great. And I can just look and be like, oh, okay, let me look up those shoes. I've never seen those before. So right.
Or even just styling. Like I may not buy this black top, but if I see Jenee has styled this black top 5 different ways, I can find a black top in my closet, but now I know how to style it. So you really just take what you have and start going from there. When I was saying I had money. But I was saying, like, when you have money, you're okay with like throwing money at stuff. So that's what I did. I was like, oh, I need to find another course to sign up for so I can learn this. I need to I will research and I will pay for anything. I will study stuff
to just ask me
right.
What the hell?
Right. So I would do that. Right. I would do that, and then in the beginning, I was thinking I needed such camera and this and that, and I bought lights and cameras, action. I mean, if you need it, I got it. I got a backdrop, never even used it. I got so many tripods. I have got a professional mic. I've got
she has more equipment.
I have so much equipment, and now I use one camera. I have no mic. I use the daylight. Or I use my phone. Like I do not. I had the same hard drive. I do not use.
You have more than one SD card now?
I have more than one SD card. I only had one SD card. Jenee was like, "Oh, can I have an SD card?" I'd be like, "You have more than one? What?" I was mind blown. I was like, "You want my life source? It's the only one that I have."
I was like, "Let me just borrow one. I forgot I need an extra one." She's like, "I'll have to see." I'm like, "Just let me. What's the problem?" She's like, "It's my only one." Oh.
Now I'm just like
there's $12.
No, well, there was like $40.
Okay, sorry.
This is like 128.
That is not
$40.
Okay.
But it lasts me because it's $40. Anything in the chat before I go back to the question box?
There's a question from Crystal. Oh no, sorry. A question. What was it? I just had it. It was basically how did your partner feel? Akida, how did your spouse feel?
He was very supportive and still is very supportive. But I even say that with everyone in my circle, like no one was surprised or shocked or like, no, don't do it. Are you sure? No one questioned it. No one was like, you can't do it. Everyone was like, you need to do this shit anyway. You could have been, taking this serious. So that's how everyone that I told, no one was like, maybe you should, you're crazy. No one in my circle, everyone thinks that I can do anything. And I love that. That's my tribe. Let's see here. There was another one about friendship. Let me see. Confrontation when one person is wrong for how they treat you. How do you handle confrontation when one person is wrong for how they treat you? So I guess that would mean, for example,
this camera is so clear.
Yeah, it's the Microsoft Surface Book 2.
I'm not gonna buy it.
You're not gonna buy it? Well, Microsoft, if you want a partner, your quality is amazing. But I also think your light is helping as well. Like that light is. I would buy this light.
I don't know.
I don't want to be tempted, but I can just swipe my card and get it.
Mm-hmm. You don't need it.
I don't need it. I feel like I do though, because I do like filming at night.
You do. It lights up a room.
But I'm going to work with what I got. Work with the sunlight. Work with the sunlight right now. Oh wait,
we're my Wi-Fi.
Oh no, someone said we were frozen.
Oh no.
Are we frozen now? Can you hear and see us clearly?
It's clear to me.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a little delayed.
No one can hear you now. We're good You're now. Good. Okay. Perfect. Hi there, for those who are just joining, welcome. Good evening. We are having our Good Girlfriends track. I'm going to reset the room. We were answering questions that were provided on my YouTube channel. No, on my Instagram stories. I put up a question box. So we were just answering questions from the question box there. I will be saving this live so you can come back and view it at any time. So the replay will be up, which I love doing it on YouTube because the questions, the chat stays with the video, where Instagram it doesn't. So we'll be doing more of these. And so this is Jenee. Let's see. So the last question I was just asking was someone submitted was confrontation when one person is wrong for how they treat you. How do you handle that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I really had to study that one. Confrontation when one person is wrong for how they treat you.
I mean, it depends. If it's a ongoing thing, if it's a like personality trait, then maybe you're not compatible with friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of.
But I would think though, if someone wronged me, how are we handling the confrontation? You wronged me.
But is it a confrontation? Do they know?
Yeah.
I need more.
We need more. Okay. If you submitted that question to Instagram, I don't want to like call people's names out, but feel free to elaborate further in the chat. Pretty privilege. Do you think pretty privilege is a thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you see it in your space?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Within the same race?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have pretty privilege?
Not to the extent that
others
have. I mean, yes, every pretty level, I would say.
So there are pretty levels.
Yeah, like for pretty privilege, I feel like I have it in regards to like if I'm doing skincare. Mm-hmm. It's easy for me to do that because I have good skin.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm always very clear about like whatever I'm talking about, I make sure I'm talking about it in a way that it has helped me in some way. Yeah. I'm never going to talk about acne products or things like that I don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I will talk about things for texture or like dark circles or hyperpigmentation or things like that. Mm-hmm. But still, it's a lot easier to talk about skincare when you have nice skin.
Yeah.
But there are people that I see that do a lot of makeup things, even though they're not great at makeup, but they're just really pretty.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know that I feel that I have a pretty privilege. Like I don't think I'm ugly. Like I think I'm cute, you know. But also too, people that I'm around are also very attractive. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you're attractive. So like when we go out, it's like, oh my God, you ladies look so pretty. Or so I think like I get those compliments with anyone else that I'm paired with. I don't feel like
and pretty privilege, I would say, in like my realm is also pretty in European standards.
Yeah.
Privilege. So especially like as I'm trying to navigate like luxury brands, pretty privilege benefits a lot of people that are, especially Black women that look like models. Like they have a leg up, even though they're not models, right? And they just do the same thing I do. But if they're very, very thin and very tall, that's their privilege.
Yeah.
And brands just prefer to work with them.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, so I feel like I don't. Yeah, I feel like I said, every time I'm around someone, I don't feel like I'm getting an advantage over others that I'm with, just because I think I also have like equally pretty friends. But like, I will use certain things if I have to get out of things. For example, I'll give one example.
Think you're very pretty.
I will use assets that help me.
Yes.
So, for example, I will use, like, I know that I have a nice smile. I also went through 3 years of braces. So you're going to get this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this isn't natural. It was 3 years of braces. So I'm going to hello, like if the teeth don't work, then I think at times as well I've gotten things from like having a larger bust, but not that I flaunt it, but I feel like guys have been like, oh, okay, you go ahead and skip this line, if I was getting in a club or something. But that's it. It's not like I get like anything else. I don't get anything else for it. anything happening in the chat?
Can you touch on making good friends in adulthood? I agree with Jenee. There's a couple light skin YouTubers who are in luxury that fit the European standard and benefit from it. Yeah, and it's like obviously we all want to use any benefit we can to get ahead in our careers, but it's definitely, and also like if something doesn't benefit you, I feel like it makes you hyper aware.
Yeah.
Like as a dark skinned woman, I'm hyper aware when I see colorism or feel like something feels like colorism. Obviously, I'm hyper aware as a Black woman when I see racism or just any type of discrimination. I'm always the most aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of like, okay.
Yeah. You know what though? I would say now that you just brought that up, I don't think I feel it as much being out of corporate. I felt like I was very hyper aware in corporate settings because I always worked in very conservative, all white organizations. Yeah. And I had to constantly be very aware, like even to the point to where this is my first time getting color in my hair. I would never.
I mean, that was a whole thing.
It was a whole
thing.
thing.
Now I gotta go to work. Oh my God, your hair's different. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. And it would happen. Did you I'd try to go on lunch break, get my hair done, then come back and introduce them. Why can't I just don't worry about my hair, or just that being a thing? And now I'm just like, I want to get color. I'm gonna get maybe try a little blue. I don't know, just out here finding myself, my non-corporate self. But I do feel like, especially in corporate settings, I was very, very hyper aware of my color or how I came across and just my dress, my talk, and all those different things. Whereas now I don't worry about it anymore. What did you say about adult friendships?
How to make them.
Oh, how to make them.
Adult friendship making is so ghetto. I've had such good luck, so I cannot.
I was gonna try and offer how you can find friends, but
I've made all mine from social media, and I don't know if I can recommend that.
Right. I would say you can recommend it though.
Yeah.
It's work for you. Just like if you recommend a nail color. I really like this nail color. It lasts for 10 days. Yeah. You can recommend social media for friends.
But it's I'm a very I can tell.
Yeah.
When I'm gonna like somebody.
Yeah.
And if it's I'm not forcing a thing. I can tell through DMs. I can tell by the way, all the people that I've become friends with, I could tell through the way they commented on my pictures, the way we talked in DMs. Mm-hmm. I could just tell that we were gonna hit it off.
Yeah.
I knew, if you guys don't follow Marsha Robinson, she's so funny. But I knew I was gonna love her. I knew we were gonna be friends before I ever met her.
Yeah.
And as soon as we met, saw each other in the airport, we just were hey, just talk nonstop. It wasn't oh, let's get to know each other.
Yeah. I think maybe too that also.
But I feel that's how we were.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And if it was weird, we would never spoken.
No, she's weird, awkward. But also too, I think that comes as well with a level of discernment. Because to tell that through DMs and stuff, because I've had people want to really be close to me through DMs, and if I'm not feeling that, there's a level of discernment that just may not that something's wrong with them, but I just may need a little bit more time.
I'm not feeling. Yeah, the vibes are not here.
Right. I'm not 100%. If I'm not 100, oh my God, you and I chatted a couple times, and it was no, we're friends basically. We just have to just meet to seal the deal, and it's official. But I do I would still recommend social media.
You do have to be. Somebody said you have to be a good judge of character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you all of your friends beefed out, you don't look for friends on social media.
If they beefed.
Yeah. I'm assuming this means if you have beefed with all of your friends, maybe it's you. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, you do have to be. I feel like I'm a very good judge of character.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if the vibes are off or just weird, or if it makes me uncomfortable in the slightest, I don't want it to be here. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I'd rather be alone.
Right. And we don't. And the thing is, we're not in high school, so we don't even have to see each other.
None of these things are I'm gonna be there. I gotta go along to get along. No, I can never see you again.
No. We're done. Have you guys heard the new Beyonce album? This is I've not heard. I'm hearing it for the first time now. Uh, what do you do for self care to help with your mental health?
I get massages at home, and it just it's just I got one last night at 7 p.m. It was fantastic.
Now, is the treat to yourself that she comes
Yes.
to your house?
Yes. And that I can get them as often as I want.
Yeah.
And I just don't care.
Yeah.
If someone thinks it's excessive, I'll get them every week. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I used to have my waxes. We always talk about being a wax. I am so hairy. I have to get waxed all the time. It's better now, but I felt like I was constantly telling Jenee, I was like, "Oh, I gotta get a wax." Like that was literally. If I can't make some things because I have to work it around my wax appointment.
I'm like, didn't you just do that?
I more hair grew.
Yeah. I'm a very not hairy person, so I just cannot relate. Like I barely have eyebrows; these are fake. So I'm just like, I don't understand.
So she used to travel. Now she doesn't.
That is a shame.
Right. So it was just like when I needed a wax, she would come to my house, set up, wax me, and go. I didn't have to leave. I didn't have to. It's such a chore.
It is, and I used to always hate, you get a massage and you just get up, you're groggy,
yeah,
you're just like stumbling around,
yeah,
and like pay, and
right.
it's like fuck. I just want
to you been in that dark room and then to get out and drive. Like, what is happening here?
Terrible.
I'm gonna have her name's Renee. I'm gonna book some time with Renee.
Black woman. Oh, she's young. She's like 25 and she's trying to make this her business. And
yeah.
That makes it even better. So I'm just like all the time, like, hey girl, put us in. She does me and Josh back to back. It's the best treat.
Yeah.
She came to our house on Christmas and did massages. I gave her a very, very, very big tip.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't have nothing to do. We didn't have nothing to do.
You're just like, let's just.
I was like, hey, can you do some massages this week? He was like, I ain't doing that now. I said, well, we ain't doing nothing now either.
Yeah, so I feel like as far as mental health, that was the question. Self-care
and
to help with
just
mental
laying
health.
in the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, I love laying in the bed.
You do.
I do. But sometimes I just need to lay in the bed for an hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's too much right now. I'm just going to lay down.
But I think what's good is that as well, the older I feel like we're getting, is that you become just much more self-aware about what you need and when you need it and being in tune with that. Like today I was very exhausted and I needed just a nap. Like I can go. And I was like, no, I need a nap. Like I just need to go to sleep and pausing to do that. And there was nothing, I wasn't going to do anything when my friends wanted to come over today. And I was like, nope, I need to work. And then after I work, I'm going to take a nap. And that's going to be my day. I'm not going to do anything. And then I'm going to come over here at 6 o'clock and we're going to be live. And that's it. I'm not adding anything else to my schedule, to my day. But I have recently, and I've shared on a couple of my lives, is shared that I've gone into therapy and I love it. And I recommend everyone. That's the self-care life hack, is having an avenue to just talk through things and talk it out without feeling like I'm bothering somebody or feeling like I have to put any burdens on friends or family, because then I need to follow up. So I can always follow with my therapist, but I can't always follow with my friends. If I can talk about some, Jenee's gone. She'll be in Paris next week. I don't know where she'll be. And I'm like, hey, I gotta follow up my issue. Like help me. So I think it just really gives you the freedom to have a safe space to and also not just to talk, but they give you tools to help you challenge yourself or to work through situations and scenarios. So I think right now that's my biggest. I'm very, very, very much working on just my self-awareness and my mental health and what that looks like, so I can make good, sound, clear decisions.
Mm-hmm. I would say also analyze like what makes you anxious. So like the self-care thing for me, that's not wouldn't be considered self-care is planning,
Mhm.
because I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
So if I don't write down things I want to do, the order I want to do them in, I'll just keep thinking about the same things over and over again. It's like get up and say like, okay, so tomorrow I'm going to do X, Y, and Z in this order at these times. If I don't write that down, I'm just going to keep being like, oh, okay, so yeah, tomorrow at 12, okay, we're going to do that. Then after that, we'll do this. Like, and I'll just keep it every hour. I'll just go, oh, okay, yeah, and tomorrow we're going to do this. And it's just like that just makes me anxious and it's not fun. Yeah. But then once I write it down, I'm like, okay, we can just chill now. We know the plan tomorrow. All I got to do is get up and read, and we know what we're doing. It may be different for you, but
yeah,
maybe analyzing if you have any anxiety, where it comes from. This album is so good. It's so good.
I mean, yeah, I've been jamming. I don't know what all the songs are yet, but
oh yeah, you just have to like play it out and like clean up. That's how I really was able to soak it.
I'll do that tomorrow then. I need to clean up. Let's see.
Therapy is the best life hack. I love my therapist. She even lets me text her. I always say action is the antidote to anxiety. Sometimes my self-care is just getting stuff done. Yeah, so many little things give you anxiety. Like, oh man, I need to make sure I pay that bill. But then you just don't do it. Mm-hmm. And you just, then I would just keep thinking about it. I'm like, why the fuck did I just call and pay the bill? And then once you do, you're like, wow. You feel so much better. Like, why did I just sit with that all week when I could have just paid the thing? Or, you know.
One other question is getting off of the friendship part, but going to what days do you put together your clothes and ideas for content creation, which I think kind of goes into planning. Mm-hmm. But what days do you put together your clothes and your ideas to create content?
I put together all my ideas on Monday. So me and my assistant will write out well, first we see what campaigns, like what are we getting paid to do this week? Like what do we absolutely have to do? And then we'll come up with like whatever concepts that is. So like today we did some TikToks for Lancome. So on Monday, 2 days ago, on Monday, we wrote out like scripts for those TikToks, like, and then like what are the shots? So like a shot list. Okay, we're gonna film it. What am I gonna wear? The shots I want to get. Do I want to get close up? Do I want to get putting it on my face? Do I want to get up close of like the texture of the product? And then what's the voiceover? What exactly am I gonna say? What benefits am I gonna talk about? We do all that on Mondays. If it's outfits, I usually would just do it whenever I'm like feeling creative. So obviously enough days before, but usually I'll shoot on the weekend. So like on Thursday or Friday, I'll start picking out outfits whenever I'm just feeling like creative and like ideas come to me.
I just formed a schedule. A schedule that I think will work for me. I just did my first like fashion haul to put together an outfit, and wow, that was such a life hack that I learned from you. You were just like every time you plan something, you were always mentioning that you put your clothes together, outfits together the day before, whereas before I would just do them the day of. Like, I just kind of wing it out. I'll put this shirt together, that shirt, and just kind of go with it and make it work. But now, because I planned all the outfits the day before I was ready to shoot, mm-hmm. It was ready. It was like there. It was just it was perfect. Like, what? So it was easy to just go ahead and just take one off the rack, put it on, take it off, put it, and then all at the same time, making videos and reels. And even now, if I want to go somewhere, I just have a rack of clothes that are already steamed and ready to just pick up and wear. That is new. I think right now the schedule that's going to work for me is Wednesday is going to be my off day. And I had to go with kind of like what feels right. Is every Wednesday was starting to feel like I was feeling like
you need a break by then.
I needed a break by Wednesday. So I was like, I was even doing lives every Wednesday on Instagram. I loved that I went live on Tuesday versus Wednesday, because today I barely had any energy. Like it took an energy drink to get this. So I don't want to force something that doesn't feel as good. Like I want to feel good every single time I execute something. So I think I'm going to just alter that. So, but outside of that, like Tuesdays and Thursdays will be my upload days. So Mondays and Wednesdays will be like my editing days. That's what I plan on doing. Like Monday and Wednesday edit. It's because it's slow. Because Monday I don't want to get up and start like talking a lot, you know, whatever happened over the weekend. So Monday I can just do like mindless stuff. I can do the admin things, and then Tuesday I'm like, okay, I'm ready to kind of get into the week. So that's the day I get dressed, do videos, and then on Wednesday again. I need my off day. I need an off day, and that's gonna be on Wednesdays. Yeah, but I work today. I did work today because I've had a lot of
like
days.
Even when it's an off day, you can just slow work.
Yeah,
like when I'm off, I will usually lay in the bed all day, but I'm like this all day.
Yeah,
you know, I'm responding to emails. I'm editing TikToks and reels. I'm writing captions. I'm making thumbnails. So it's just like I can work at my leisure.
Yeah, I want to be off. Like I want Wednesday to be like my clean my house day, but today I edited, so it was fine. It had to be done, and it was okay. But I didn't have to like get dressed. I didn't have to go into the camera. I just had my headscarf on in pajamas all day. So I think again, which goes back to what I said earlier, having a schedule. Wow, mind blowing. It really does help.
How do you plan your schedule going into fall with more brand deals? I keep the same schedule. For me, it's more about the things that I sign on for with the amount of travel that I'm going to be doing. So making sure that anything I decide to do, I can work into travel content. If that makes sense. Like I can do it on the go. I don't need to lug a bunch of stuff with me. And also my plan for fourth quarter, which is when it gets really busy, is to be super select, which I did last year, but I want to be even more thoughtful with it. Like, you know, during the month of October, I can only work with 4 skincare brands across these platforms. Once those 4 are filled up, that's it. This many lifestyle brands, this many fashion brands. These are the slots I have. Once they're filled up, that's all we're doing. So that's my plan. Because it also helped me negotiate better and just navigate deals. If I only have 2 slots left and there's a brand that I kind of like, but then I want to hold out for another brand, I only got 2 slots left. So maybe I'll pass on that to see if like a better opportunity comes. I don't know what is this. Have you thought about joining SAG-AFTRA? Is that just SAG, like the Screen Actors Guild? No, I haven't.
What is this? SAG-AFTRA?
SAG is like for actors. It's the Screen Actors Guild.
Oh,
Akida kills me. You use a planning template or you just wing it? I just have a regular planner. As long as I write things out, I kind of have a section for like the week, and I just kind of write like any campaigns I have to do, and then just any priorities, things I want to focus on, and then just each day, I just like to write out what I'm going to do.
I have 700 notebooks, and I write all the time. I write it's like I'm a little kid. Like I have to like have my notebook and doodle all the time. Something because I'll have like random thoughts. I'm like, oh, that's an idea. Or especially because now these video, like everything's about videos. So I'm always thinking of like real ideas or like, oh, that was very funny. I should do a reel about that. So I'm constantly like, oh, I'm gonna write that down. So I haven't gone into complete like digital planning, which I feel like I want to, but it's something about having that.
And to the point of what she's talking about, where you just have like almost so many tabs you need to keep track of. I also use Notion. So that helps a lot. Well, my assistant uses Notion, but I look at it. But that helps with like what she's talking about. Like when we do the planning for like campaigns, or if you just wanted to work on a YouTube video and you want to keep everything somewhere, that's kind of where we keep everything. Like what do we want the thumbnail to look like? Or even if we're shooting something and I have like some inspo pictures of like, this is kind of the theme and the vibe, we'll put them in Notion under that campaign. And then we'll put the outline under that campaign. We'll put the shot list under that campaign. So when it's time for me to create, I can just go to that and all of the notes are there.
Yeah. I've signed up for it. I just haven't created my dashboard yet, but I feel like I really want to.
I really enjoy it. Let me see. Let me show it to you. Well, I've showed it to you before.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
I took a course on it.
So like the main page, hopefully you can see, but these are just campaigns here. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we are. Okay, yeah. So these are all like just different campaigns. But if you click into one, let's see. Let me pick one that's over. Hold on, sorry.
No worries. Take your time.
Okay. This was a trip, but this was like the Cadillac trip that I went on. But I wanted to keep like all of my ideas somewhere. So down here, she puts like travel itinerary, and you can kind of like click, and there's like all the like flight notes. And then this is like the itinerary from, well, you can't really see it, but no, that was the itinerary from Cadillac. And then these were kind of like different inspo pictures that we like had in mind. If you remember all the Cadillac stuff, pictures that we shot, like we wanted inspo. Like that's not something we're familiar with. So we wanted to have a lot of ideas. And then we had video ideas. So these are like links to different types of reels that I wanted to try to do as well. So like, and then we have like little video ideas here, TikTok inspo. It's a good little app.
Yeah. I told you guys I will research everything. So Notion was definitely is high on my list. Like I said, I have it. I just haven't created a dashboard. And I think also too, what I want to get out of, because Jenee and I went to a coffee shop a couple months back, and I had like this big old bag, and Jenee came back with she had this Prada little straw bag, and I'm just like, where's the rest of your stuff? She's like, this is it. I was like, what? And I had 3 notebooks with me to go to a coffee shop for an hour and a half. Like we weren't there very long.
She pulled out a desk. She was like, I got my mug. I need a holder for my pencils.
I had a pencil pouch. I had my physical planner. Then I had like my doodle and idea notebook. And then I had another notebook of like my serious stuff, like my passwords and different things of like, oh, here where your rates are and stuff. Like I had a totally different notebook for that. And she just came in and with one. So I really do want to create like a dashboard in Notion for myself that works for me.
I just put it in the chat, the name. Does it seem like brands are still booking large campaigns, big budget with today's market changes? Yes, but they're definitely being more selective. And a lot of campaigns are on TikTok and YouTube, I would say. I'm doing less things on Instagram. Still some things, but it's like the brands that are into Instagram are just still into Instagram. Mm-hmm. I would say mostly like beauty and skincare brands are into TikTok right now. And then the brands that are always into YouTube are just still into YouTube. Mm-hmm.
I noticed as well that I don't want to say strong arming, but some of them are really trying to push this ambassador program or ambassador programs to make more like, I feel like influencers, like, oh, the greater incentive is you will give you a bigger
cut of the sale.
Yeah. And I'm like, but I don't want to be a salesperson. Mm-hmm. I want to not do that. Which I said I see it, but then that just puts more pressure on me to now sell versus use just my influence. And like, if I actually really want to create the content, in organic fashion.
I recently got married. Any advice?
Congratulations. Congratulations to you. My biggest advice I would say is, if you didn't have premarital counseling, is to get into like marriage counseling, and also have like, I would say, a group of people around you, so like you can always do fun things. Like, and I think you were sharing that on like, so on TikTok they have different, if you're not on TikTok, they have different like sides of TikTok you can be on. So like Jenee really likes the relationship talk, and I like scary talk, or I end up on all kinds of talk. But one thing that
oh no, I don't like it. I just say it's alarming.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because people just complain about their husband.
Oh. Well, she was on the relationship talk, and then I was ended up on like spooky kids talk. But nonetheless, what I'm trying to say is, one thing that was saying that I thought was actually very good advice is, when you're out with other people, then you and your spouse have something to talk about. Like let's say if you guys can be siloed by yourselves, but when you're out with other people, then it gives you something to like compare yourself, to see where you guys are, to open up about certain things that you feel like you can only share in private. So like now I talk about all kinds of stuff. I'm like, girl, whereas I think we had the notion of like, what happens in your house stays in your house and stuff like that. But having support system is very helpful, especially as you go throughout the years of marriage, because your first year doesn't look like your 10th year. That's my advice. Yeah.
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
Be kind to your
Oh,
partner.
that is a good one.
And I would say, give them grace.
That is great advice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Those are personal things that I try to do because I am a very particular person, and I think I'm always right, and I always have the best. My way is the right way. And I also have a lot of self-awareness, so I know that's actually not true, but that's just how my brain thinks from just years of being a boss, being in charge at work, and all. I'm just always like, okay, we should do it in this order, we should do that.
Yeah.
So I'm very like, just let him decide which order we do it in.
Yeah.
How we run the errands today, or how it's
okay.
Yeah. You can just keep to yourself. Swallow it. You don't have to say everything you think. That's a big one too.
Yeah.
You don't have to say everything you think. You could think like, why are you acting so slow right now?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Right.
You don't have to say it though. Or make a face.
Right. You don't.
Like, That's what I do like about TikTok. Sometimes people will like make TikToks about their spouse. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this too.
Right. I'm not crazy. I got it. Check. We're normal.
Yeah.
Another thing I was gonna say is along the lines of like being kind and giving grace is that as well on some kind of thing on TikTok they were saying as well, we are so comfortable with the people that we love the most that we, instead of like let's say we go to work and we're with people that we don't love those people. They're not our family, but we fake this niceness, like, oh, well, hello there, Kelly. Nice to see you. How was it? And we give them this fake facade of us. You need some help? Let me help you out, Kelly. No problem. You need this email? Here you go. But then we come home, we're like, what do you want? And so we give the ones that we love the most our most authentic selves instead of like, why don't we just shut up and just be like, well, let me help you with that. Let you make the decision, Kelly.
Yes.
Like we don't offer that same version of ourselves that we do for.
Yeah, and it's like you have to be okay with evolving. Like that was something I realized because Josh, like I remember when we first started dating, he was like, why are you talking to me like that? And to me, it was just like, it wasn't even like I'm trying to be a bitch right now. It was just like, I was just like, he asked me something and I just replied in a bitchy way. But in my mind, it was just like a regular, just like it's just how I talk. And I was like, He's like, why are you talking to me like that? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm an asshole. Because that's just how I'm used to being in other relationships. I don't know. I forgot. You're so kind.
Sorry. But I think as well, the good thing about it is that you once you were challenged with that, you love them enough to change that or recognize that.
Good question. I have nothing to say.
Right. Because you could have been like, this is how I am and take it or leave it.
But I was just like, I don't know. Sorry about that.
Lots of coming through there. Let me see here. Let me get back on and catch up.
But self-awareness, I feel like a lot of people don't have self-awareness.
No, they don't.
I, as an anxious person, I self-reflect a lot. And I am very self-aware. Even like I can do something and be like, that's not what we're about.
Yeah.
That's not what we represent.
Put that thing on TikTok was like,
put it back. That does not align with what we're about. Sometimes I just be like, I'm sorry. That was not necessary.
And I also now love just talking in general. Again, I think it just came from therapy because I did not know, I thought I thought conflict had to be confrontational. And I didn't identify with another way. And if I felt, and I don't like confrontation. And so when I was challenged with something, it was like, oh, you don't like how I said that? Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking for the rest of the day then don't worry about it. I won't say anything else. So I had to learn that it's okay. Now I'm just like, oh, you don't like something that I did, or you don't like, and this is even like not just at home, but just even with like people in general. I'm so okay. Let's talk about it. Let's get through this. Like let's push past it. Let's find the medium. Let's work through here. Let's get through the root of it, so that way things don't reoccur, or that I make sure that I don't hurt the person that I love and care about.
But you also have to have a partner that is
also
you're able to do that. Also self-aware.
Yeah.
Like me and Josh can kind of have any conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that it won't escalate
Mm-hmm.
into a bad place,
Ooh.
which makes it easy to have conversations.
Yeah.
Where I can be like, oh, I don't like how you said that to me, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when we were out, I didn't like X, Y, and Z, and be like, oh, okay, like my bad, like or like what explain to me, I don't really understand. Well, I know it's not gonna go. Like that's why a lot of people don't have conversations, because you're like, you don't know where it's gonna go. Like it's gonna make us break up,
right?
Because every time we talk about something, it turns into this. I've had relationships like that where you're just like, I'm just gonna keep it to myself because I don't feel like arguing.
Same. Now, I feel like, I also feel that talking through things is like I'm learning now is very healthy, it's very normal. Not agreeing doesn't mean conflict, but you've gotta help me, help you, help us.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great tip that I would give to anybody, because I also have experienced people who were like, who shut down. They're very smart mouth. It's hard, and so you can't get anywhere with that type of person. Yes, I would really love though to be a marriage counselor.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I just don't even talk, especially when I'm tired, because I know I'm gonna say something crazy. Yeah,
that's being self-aware.
Very self-aware. Yes. Like sometimes I will be annoyed by something, and I'm like, but it's me. Mm-hmm. It's not that you're being annoying. Yeah, it's that I am easily annoyed, and I'm triggered right now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit in this corner. Yeah, and pull myself together.
And that again, that goes with that self-worth. And also too, what I learned, I'm giving away all my therapy tips, but another thing that my therapist taught me is to communicate those things. Like I wouldn't communicate if I'm in like a mood, so I would answer calls like, why you keep calling me? And I'm just like, actually I could just say, hey, I'm gonna take an hour and work on some stuff, or I just want to kind of move slow. Mm-hmm. And then now people in my life know, like, okay, well, I'll give you some time. Yeah. And before I wouldn't. So when my time was interrupted, when I knew mentally, only Akida knew in her head that she needs an hour or two to just kind of get some fog out or whatever, I didn't communicate that. So other people around me didn't know, like,
what the hell's going on?
Right, what the hell's going on?
No, and I do that a lot now, where I just be like, I'm irritated right now. It's not you. Yeah. But also, like, go through the whole, it's not you. X, Y, Z just happened. I'm irritated. I just need a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel ugly right now. Listen, I just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much power in just saying that up front so that people know, like, oh, okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my facial expressions give it away, but I hold it together.
Yeah.
I've learned. I mean, I don't know. I do my best.
I do my best.
Or I just like, make a face when he turns his head. I'll be like...
I text my sister everything. Like, if someone gets on my nerves, my sister knows it. I'm like, this is right here.
I think it's an only child thing, because me needing space and say, yeah. I mean, that's a culprit for a lot of the things I go through. Or
just go back to it. I'm an only child.
This is not a conversation.
It was done.
I told you how it needs to be done.
It was done when I said it. That was the solution. Oh my gosh.
Like, oh, you have an idea? Oh, yes. Let's discuss.
Shell says, I remember you talked about owning a wedding venue in the future. Is that still a goal for you? Yes, it is. I do love. I do like, I think it's the project of it, and then being able to go through someone's experience from beginning to end and just seeing the happiness. Like, I really love making people happy, and I would just love to, have my wedding venue. I know what it looks like in my head. I just cannot wait to be like, this is my chateau. Like, it's mine. And people come to have good experience. No one's going to come to a wedding to have a bad experience. They're only coming to have a good experience.
Unless they object.
Unless they object. And I who wouldn't be happy just to be around weddings all the time? I would love that. Okay.
Did we get through all the questions?
I think we did.
The other questions.
Yeah. Some of them were very similar. We kind of like hit on a lot of them.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, eyebrows give it away. Yeah. I just try not to do it, face to face.
Right.
I just like turn around and be like,
yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered everything. Yeah. I'm just reading the questions on my phone to make sure. Which editing program do you prefer, Final Cut Pro or Adobe?
iMovie. It's free.
And I use Adobe.
I'm so cheap with some stuff.
Yes.
I know you feel very strongly about how cheap I am.
It's shocking, guys. It is literally shocking the things that Jenee does not pay for. Because you would think that
Go on.
your luxury items carry over into how you carry throughout life, like your other life decisions, and they are frugal. They're quite frugal, so it shocks me every time. I'm like, you don't pay for that? Why not? So yeah, but I don't have. This is the only Apple product that I have is my phone. I have the computer we're on is a Microsoft Surface Book 2, so I have PC, and I use Adobe Premiere Rush. So the step up from that, or that would be equivalent to Final Cut Pro, would be Adobe Premiere, and so that's what I use. Yeah, so I think we've been on here now an hour. We don't want to go into 2 and 3 hours. So if there are not any other questions, I think we'll say goodnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I still have mood boards on Pinterest. Most of them are public, so you can follow me at Highlowluxxe on Pinterest. I have mood boards for everything. Everything I do, I have a mood board. I need inspiration, just to give me the vibe. Like all of the inspiration or mood boards that I make, I'm not doing the same thing, but it may just be like a color story I want to replicate, or just some type of vibe or aesthetic about the inspo, or I just want to keep all my thoughts cohesive. I currently have a Fashion Week mood board, and I want different city mood boards. Anytime I travel and I'm taking pictures, I have a mood board. Like, what's the vibe? It helps me pack. It helps me figure out like the type of pictures I want to take, type of poses I want to do. I love a theme.
Yeah, and you do it so quickly too. Like, I have to write it down.
I can't stop thinking
well, because I thought about how even when I was doing when you were helping me with my office,
mm-hmm.
and you were like, okay, give me the color and the vibe, and I was like, I kind of think a little of this. Well, let me go back to my notes, and you were like, okay, and before you knew it, you had created a whole mood board for my office. I was like,
because I have a very obsessive personality. So I can't.
Yes, it's not like I created one for my office. You created a mood board. And you're like, here's our Pinterest board, so we can review it.
Because we can't do anything before then.
And you were so right, because there's several things there now I do not have. I shouldn't have bought. I have a whole couch that I pushed out of there because I thought I wanted it.
Pink looks beautiful on you, Akida.
Thank you.
This is the color of fall, people.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. This is
Oh, someone said show your outfits too, so go ahead.
This is on my H&M haul. Which I know after this live you're going to go and watch, and then you're going to share it with your friends, and then you're also going to like it as well, which helps the algorithm. But I did pick this up from H&M recently, and I love this top. It is, like I said in the video, the details are there. It does fit a little bit looser, which I think it's supposed to. So as I'm sitting down, it kind of moves and shifts a bit. But it's like a crop. It's a crop top. Let me. With my favorite jeans on, also from H&M. These are my favorite jeans, and then here's the top. So it's like a crop top.
Thank you. Butt shot. Thank you.
It's gonna help the algorithm.
And I'm wearing a crop top.
Let's see.
Okay. And Zara shorts. This is from ALC. Very, very comfy, very cute.
Yeah.
Fits one's kind of smaller. This is a large. And then these are my shorts.
I like those shorts.
I love them.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing socks in these shoes. These are the shoes.
Yeah.
That's
Love that look. And I'll link it down below as well so you can shop. Do you have a YouTube video coming out this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a haul from. I went to LA. I did not vlog. Mental health, but I did shop at the outlet, so I'm gonna have a haul from the outlet.
Okay. So now we'll see a haul coming from Jenee this week. I just did my first H&M haul, or a haul in general. I've never done one, so I hope you guys like it. And let's see, what else we have going on? I have another video coming up, which will be an August reset. So I want to, I think it's even a way for me to be accountable, but I also want to share, because I know once leaving corporate, I said this, we're going to take you through a journey, and I want you guys to go through this journey with me. So it's still like, you know, these certain milestones. I write them down, like certain little wins and things like that, but I don't share them. Like, you guys don't see or know those different milestones that I hit or make, or goals that I have. So I'm going to share those with you all, like my goals for August, what that looks like. And then each month we'll just kind of reset, see what I made, what I did, what that looks like, and then what I have planned for the upcoming month. So that should be, I'm going to film that one. If I don't film it tonight, I'll film it tomorrow, and then I'll get it out. So that's what I have coming up for more videos for this week.
Any travel plans, Akida?
I really, you and I talked about this, want to get to Chicago this year, before it gets too cold. So my goal is to try and go in August. I don't know if I'll make that goal.
You need to just go.
Just get up and go.
You just go for 2 days.
I'm fine with getting up and going.
We need to go back to. Oh my God, we have the best breakfast ever. We were just talking about it in New York that we need to go back.
Really?
The best breakfast and the best gelato
in Chicago.
I mean, that's just the best food there.
Yeah. I've never been at all, and I really just want to experience. And I may have to go like a couple times. I feel like Chicago's a place you can go a couple times, but I just haven't experienced like their summertime shy. So I really want to go there, and then I also want to go to Colorado. I've never been to Colorado, so I'm thinking about planning a ski trip. I've never even been skiing. Have you been skiing?
No, I planned a birthday trip once, but then it was just so cold here. Like, as it was approaching, I was like, no, we're going to Miami. Fuck that.
Yeah. So I feel like I have to find like perfect times. I don't want to go, like, you know, your birthday in December, mine's in November. I don't want to be that cold.
Yeah, like I was just like, whose idea was this?
Right. But I want to go like just before it gets cold, like maybe like October. What about you?
None.
No travel
plans? Or
well, maybe you have work.
I'm not doing anything until Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Except going to New York, but that's for work. So
yeah.
I went to Chicago 2 months ago. It was a delight. Any 3 tips for transitioning summer wardrobe to fall? You shouldn't be buying any more summer clothes at this point. Anything you buy should be able to go into fall. So you should be able to either, even if it's like a strapless top like that, you should be able to like put a thin turtleneck underneath it, or like a cute little t-shirt underneath it, or put something on top of it that's light that can work. Same thing with if you're getting skirts or anything. Make sure everything you buy from here on out, you can layer appropriately to take you into fall. Start getting jackets if you can. And now is the time to start looking at like boots and stuff, because by the time you want to wear them, they'll be sold out at any price point, right? This is like when new season stuff is coming out. Also, look at the sales for like coats. I already bought 2 coats. This is the time you can get them at a really big discount. They were probably last season, but if it's something that you know you're still into, do that. That's all I got. Right off the top of my head.
And if you need some inspiration, there's an H&M haul that I just uploaded an hour before this live. So feel free to go and get some inspiration. And H&M is having a sale. So I noticed that either a lot of the items that I purchased, I just got a lot of them last week. They are having a sale. So you can get an even bigger discount right now.
Yes, no jackets in Florida. No, not for you, sister.
Oh, no. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida.
This is a good time to get things on sale. Like I got a leather jacket, which I mean I was able to wear in Seattle because it was cold there. Mm-hmm. But I got that, it was like 60% off. at Nordstrom.
Oh, that's a great deal.
And then I got a coat from the outlet. It'd be in my home. But that, like, I can't wear it right now. But I was just like, there's no way how I'm passing this up.
And I feel like last winter I didn't wear a lot of stuff yet, so I hope to be able to wear more
doesn't
stuff.
get that cold here, so that's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
How was 2022 going? We're halfway through the year, child. Too fast.
Too fast.
3 tips for following your influencer dreams.
Tips for following your influencer dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Tips.
TRP.
Tips for following your dreams. So your dreams are only a dream unless you put goals behind them. So you need to have attainable goals and stick with the schedule. I think as well, even people that ask me for advice, they're like, one thing they focus on is how to get more people around them versus focusing on the content that they're putting out and honing in on that. It's like, well, how do I get more views? How do I get more followers? And how do I get, if I only worried about the followers, then I wouldn't be worrying about the content. I'd just be putting all kinds of stuff out there, just willy-nilly. But now I'm just honing in on what I'm good at and honing in on the content that people are requesting of me. And that's the followers will come and people will share your content and people will, help the algorithm. So I think, trying to come up with information that's shareable so that people can get you to get more followers and more views. I think, it will come. So that's one of the biggest tips I have.
TV shows you're watching? We just finished watching The Bear.
The Bear?
It's about a restaurant in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And it's so good. It's on Hulu.
So Hulu, okay. Is it like scary? Like a
no, the restaurant's called The Bear.
Oh.
But it's about like this super fancy chef. And his brother dies, and he has to come back to his hometown.
I saw that then.
Okay, well, there you go.
I didn't know that was the name of it. When you said that, I was like, oh, it was like an Italian?
Yeah, something like that. But he has to come back to his hometown, which is Chicago, and his brother left the restaurant to him. But it's a shit show, and he's basically just fixing it up. But it's so interesting. It's like it reminds you of like, I don't know, like Soprano and The Wire. And all those. Like, not that gritty, but it is in like Chicago, in the city. So there's a lot of rough things that happen like in the restaurant, and then like everybody in the restaurant hates each other and they hate him, and he's trying to change it and like bring all these rules and like make it successful, and they're just like, that's not how we do shit around here. But it's really good.
Yeah. The last episode I saw when they found the money.
Yes. I think that was the last one.
I don't know how I just it's a good show from what I saw. I feel like I also I'm not as consistent with shows. Like I'll watch 1 or 2 episodes, then I lose interest.
You're not a TV watcher.
I'm not a TV watcher. I have gone months without even turning on my TV.
You can trust.
Yeah. The last show that I really just like, I'll watch like reality show, like I'll just turn it on. Like I'll watch like Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'll just leave it on while I'm doing something. And then also to Sisters on BET. I kind of like that show. I'm still not caught up, but the last show that I was really, really invested in was the one we watched with that we loved. And it was like the Jenee Smollett.
Oh my God, I love Craft Country.
I
watch that every month.
That one.
Like when I'm traveling, I just put it on YouTube TV.
Nothing tops that.
It all the way through.
Nothing
it's
tops
literally
that.
the best show I've ever watched.
The best.
It's devastating that it's not coming back.
It really, really is.
I learned so much from that show, just about Black history.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Of course, P-Valley.
I haven't watched that one yet. Also, you know what? And what's a shame and a good thing at the same time is that so much is shared on social media that by the time I feel like I'm caught up. I know the characters. I know what happened on the last last season. I feel like, unfortunately, due to social media, I know everything. I got it. I got all the cliff notes.
There's also a show with Julia Roberts about like Watergate. That was really good. I just watched that.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, her husband is like Nixon's aide or something, but he has lots to do with Watergate. But it was very interesting.
That's on Hulu?
No, I think that was on HBO.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Stars. Oh, and I'm waiting on currently, which I hate that I like this show so much. It's
Yellow Jackets.
What?
Yellow Jackets.
No. It's one of the Power ones.
Oh.
But the one with like not at least not famous people. Josh.
I was say someone's gonna have to help you out.
Josh. What's the Power show we like? But it's not Power.
It's like Power Book.
Raising Kanan.
Oh.
It's the best one.
It's the best one?
It is the best one. It is so good. Like, I hate it. I hate 50 Cent. But it is so good. And I think it's mainly because you don't know any of those people, but they are all such good actors. The main character is like the mom, and she is a boss, and she is just so fly. It's like in the 90s. So it's just like, she's just so damn fly.
Right.
But she's like, you know, the queen pin drug lord. It's just so good. It's so good. It's coming back in the middle of August.
Okay.
That's his best one. Like, that is the best one. It's better than all the Powers. It is so good.
I may have to
like that reminds me of like The Wire. Like, it feels that real.
Oh. I did also see the movie Nope recently.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, I think I love Jordan Peele's mind. I love the way his creativity comes out through the arts, because I feel like it makes you his own, that I'm able to like. I also am very much into like conspiracy theories and stuff. So it just, you give me a light,
Lord,
I am gonna burn it down. I will. You tell me one thing.
Oh yes, Succession. I love that too.
Succession?
Yes, that's a good one too. If you like, I don't know, like DC, like it reminds me kind of like Scandal.
Oh,
but like family drama. But it's very like corporate kind of.
Okay.
But it's very good.
Okay.
Off the backstabbing.
Okay. If I get bored out, pick up one of these 2 of these shows. But
yes, Raising Kanan is the best one for sure. It is so good. It's just so good.
Is this the church girl?
Like, have you not just been dancing the whole time? No,
right? I've been bobbing. I definitely have been.
Yeah, I feel like your expectations of and the way you navigate friendships has changed over the years. I think kind of like when we talk about relationships, I feel like I'm way more. I give people a lot more grace.
Mm-hmm.
We all got shit we try to do.
Yeah.
Like, I am not her only priority, or any of my friends, and I feel like all of my friends give me a lot of grace.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am trying my best.
I'm just trying to survive.
Yeah. But we all are.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know I'm no one's main priority in their life. I know they try to accommodate me as best they can, and I try to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I am always trying, if I feel a type of way about something, I just try to give grace.
Mm-hmm. And I think what is so great about what I even shared about having a support system is that you'll know that, because you'll be in tune and having that level of support versus feeling like you are my priority, or I gotta take you on, or you have to take me on. Yeah. But you have just that level of you know that we're here to support, but then as well, if you're not, I don't put my eggs in all your, you're not my full basket. So that way, if you drop the ball or you're not available, now I'm just like, well, great. Now you're not my friend anymore. And I have to try to navigate
like that is why people are always so let down by friendships. It's like, I cannot be your all.
Yeah.
As far as like the things just a person needs in life. You gotta spread that around through friends. Like, I feel like a good healthy mix is like when you have certain friends you call for certain things. I would drop anything for any of my friends and fly wherever if they needed me. But does that mean I'm available every time they call me? No. But if you send me a text and you're like, it's an emergency, I need to talk to you, I will pick up the phone immediately. But I also don't always have the capacity to just like sit and chit chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also too, I'm back again. Also, I think along the lines of that is setting the expectations, or even because again, we talk about growth. Like you're gonna grow, so the way someone's friendship may have started out when you were in high school or college, it's gonna look completely different when you have families, or you're traveling, or you're sick. So many other priorities. So it's going to look and change and evolve. All my friends right now have kids. All of them. They all have children. I have God kids. I have 4 God kids, and well, you're like the only one. You're like the only person that doesn't have any kids. And they have small kids, so that's that. I didn't dump my friends because they have kids. We're just navigating life a little bit differently now. So you're like the only one. You're like the lone one that doesn't have any.
None of my friends have kids.
None of them do. Every last
well, Dana.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. They all of them got kids.
Is Raising Kanan better than Snowfall? It held my attention more. I did like Snowfall, but I didn't finish Snowfall, or I'm not like caught up on Snowfall. We just kind of stopped watching it eventually, even though it was good, but something about it was frustrating me. I don't remember what. But that is a good show too. But yeah, I like Raising Kanan better.
Oh, Wisconsin. I've never been to Wisconsin before.
Akida, how has your style changed now that you have left corporate America?
I have a ton of blazers and slacks that are just sitting there, and I keep saying like, oh, I'll wear it, and maybe that's another thing too. Like I don't have to throw it out, but I can just start incorporating that into like more styling videos, which I do want to start doing. So I'll just wear them more. In like incorporating into my different fashion things, but I don't think I need to buy any more blazers because I have a ton of them. I think my style now is much more freer because I don't have a dress code. Like I don't have a dress code for anybody. I come on here and however I'm feeling, whatever I want to dress like, if I want to wear a hoodie, if I want to wear a onesie, if I want to wear, whatever I want, I just feel like I'm just more freer. And also too, I'm learning my body more because it fluctuates. Like my weight fluctuates a lot. So I am now honing in on pieces that can accommodate me whenever I'm at a heavier week or I'm at a lighter week. So, and just kind of sticking with those staple pieces. Like I don't want a lot of just junk clothes or trendy pieces that I can't wear, or they're uncomfortable, they don't fit right. So I feel like I'm just more freer with what I can wear now.
They're planning to have a meet and greet in the UK. Probably not. I don't know if I'm going to be in the UK. I don't think I'm going to Fashion Week in the UK. But we'll see.
You scared of monkeypox?
No, I'm still going to other fashion. Oh, okay. It's just the London Fashion Week is just not as big. I'm not as passionate about those designers, so that's also just an extra week of work. Mm-hmm. But I don't know yet.
Okay. Then don't send me down the monkeypox, because I'll hunker down in my house and I'll never leave again.
How you put lotion on your elbows tonight, Akida?
Boom, boom. Okay, I motioned up.
That was terrible.
Listen, when I tell you guys like, oh, I have dry skin, people say like, I have this. If I say something, I mean what I say. I have the driest skin. I've never seen it that bad.
I have dry skin, and I was a little appalled.
I was appalled.
I've never seen your skin dry though.
I don't know what happened. I must have been doing something.
Yeah, that was like
I must have been doing something, because that's not every day. Like just look like that. I really don't. I think I don't know what I did that day. I must have just been doing other stuff. A lot of leaning. Well, I'm always domesticated. I'm washing. I'm sweeping and stuff. So I must have been doing something else that day and just got a little too comfortable on camera. And I sat my happy ass down at the end of this video. I was like, wow, I batched all this content today. Let's get to it. I was like,
tap your elbows out. You have to just zoom all in.
I move too much. Like I'm like, and you saw it. I zoomed in on it, and I was like, and this product here is da da da, and then it was you. And it also doesn't help that I also too have very dark elbows, so it's
very white.
It was. But we're all here to laugh about it. You know, I'm okay with not being perfect, but I definitely am going to refilm that video. But I wasn't going to waste that content, so we all can laugh about it on Instagram, but I'm not putting that on YouTube.
Who are your style icons right now? Who are you admiring personal style?
Style icons. I don't think I have any. I don't
really have any. I actually try not to follow a lot of people that do what I do. Not like in a shady way, but just I realize, especially as I'm growing and just trying to be more creative, I don't want to subconsciously be influenced by people. I want to be the ultimate creative person I can be, and I want to make sure all of my ideas are my ideas. So I just try to follow a lot of like creative people, but not necessarily fashion people. Like a lot of people, like artists or creative directors, or even just clothing stores where I can see like a campaign, which includes clothes, but not someone and how they style it in their aesthetic. The people that I do follow is more out of like camaraderie, but I try not to just like, if there's a new person I see, I try not to just follow people that do what I do.
And it's similar to that. I also don't follow a lot of people like those who are in my realm of like career content. I don't follow a lot of them because I don't want to have their voice in my head, or I don't even want to feel like I'm stealing their content or copying their content. So I don't follow a lot of like career related people because I want my ideas to be as fresh as possible.
And as far as fashion, I'm trying to hone in on my personal style, which is always evolving. Just as you grow, it's always going to change. And I feel like I'm kind of like really figuring that out, what I love. And I don't want to be, again, swayed or influenced in any way. And just like really figuring out my look and my aesthetic. And I look back, right now I look back on more like past things to get inspiration as opposed to like current people. Like I have obviously mood boards for my style and the things that inspire me, or a lot of 90s things right now. So it's kind of like a lot of past things.
Thank you. I have very short nails, and I like this length. Like this is the length. Someone said they like my nails. I like this length. And the color is. I'll put it down in here because I can't remember what the color is. But and I go to this lady named Tiana here in Virginia Beach.
Does she do house calls?
No. I know.
Because nail gel.
It's the worst. It's the worst. Like I went over a month last time of getting my nails done because I didn't want to. If I have all of my services, like if I have my hair done at home, I don't want to go to places. I just want to go to the airport and that's it.
Well,
that'll do it.
We answered all the questions.
Yes. I think we did a good job. Do you have plans? This is the last one. She called me Chatty Cathy earlier, and I was like, "It's gonna be one hour, and that's gonna be it."
I'm trying to flood the comments now.
Right? Like, oh, wait. What's the other one? Was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, St. Louis is here. Hello. I've never been there either.
Would you ladies ever try Botox or fillers?
I'm not gonna say never. I don't. I'm not opposed to it. But I don't. I have to definitely research it to death. And there's this trend going around about people in different professions. I have a reel coming up soon, where it says people in different professions say 5 things they would never do. And I just recently saw one who is in the area or whatever, and she said that she had Botox on her eyes, and she said she would never do that again, even though she had already done it, and she does it for a living. And she said because she has seen people have
It's very dangerous right there.
yeah, she said you can like lose your sight, or it can move and shift, and it'll change like literally how your eyes are impacted. And so I just have to see. But I don't also, if I have a point to where like I have wrinkles like just like look crazy, just give me a little tiny needle then.
Yeah, I would never say never. Like I have been asked recently to do a campaign for that. And it's just not, I just don't feel like it's my ministry. And one of my fears is like regretting anything.
Mhm.
That's why I don't have any tattoos. I don't want to do anything permanent. Like I've wanted to do like microblading forever, but I'm just like, I don't want to look in the mirror and not like it.
Yeah.
And then what? We just sit here and look at each other. And I definitely don't want, you see people that get surgery and stuff and you just like, oh, it looks so nice before. Like, what were they thinking? Because it's a slippery slope also. That's one of the reasons, like, I would never say I would never get Botox, or even like people ask me if I would get braces or get like veneers, but it's a slippery slope. There's always going to be something, especially on social media. Someone is always going to point out something. You look at yourself all the time. We're analyzing videos and pictures, and you're just going to keep picking yourself apart, which is how people get obsessed with cosmetic surgery. Because there's always going to be something. I fix this, and there's going to be something else, and then I'm going to want to fix that, and now I'm striving for perfection that's unattainable. And I don't want to. I'll just be happy with how I look and keep looking at that, because then when is it going to stop? Which is what I'm afraid. But that's me.
Yeah,
I have an obsessive personality, so like I don't know where this is going to go. Right? It's like, oh, well, that wasn't that hard, right? Well, yeah. If someone points out something else, let me just fix that too. And now I'm just like a slave to whatever people point out to me.
Yeah. I did say though that I would get like my breasts lifted, like if they don't look like I want them to. I would do that. Like, after I have like kids or something, if that happens and I'm just like, you guys are just way too low, I would get them. I don't know if I'd get implants, but I would get them like just like come back.
Who would ever need an implant?
I got plenty enough.
Like never ever.
And the crazy thing is, my sister and my mom were talking about this. Is I didn't grow up like this. Like I wasn't.
Interesting.
No,
blossom.
It happened after high school. It came out of
that's
nowhere.
Good actually, because you would have probably gotten a lot of like inappropriate attention.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. But no, I was always like, I graduated high school with like 90 pounds. Like I was not
voluptuous.
No, I had no curves. They came out of nowhere, literally nowhere.
Good Lord.
Do you have plans to stay in Virginia long term? I feel like I go back and forth with this one. I think I'll stay. Like, there's so many pros and cons, which is with everything, as of now, I'm very bored with it. But what am I going to do right now? Like I got a great interest rate on my house.
Yeah.
I'm going to pack up and leave, and then pay like a high interest rate somewhere else. And I don't. But longer term, like I don't know if this would make me completely happy here, like this. Like I need. I'm still young. Like I still want to like do stuff and go places. And I feel like we don't have a lot of things to do here. So we have to constantly like go other places for like fun stuff. But it's still also very safe here. Like I love that versus back home in Atlanta or St. Louis. I don't feel unsafe anywhere I go. Anytime, any day. I do not feel
that is my
unsafe.
favorite thing about living here.
Yeah. I feel very comfortable, and my
I
security.
know
and
everyone
safety is
around
there.
me. I feel like everyone is very aware in a
Mhm.
good place. Like somebody will text me like, "Oh, you left the garage open," like I feel very, and I'm on guard. I'm anywhere else that I go.
Yeah.
Especially like New York, and even when I was in Atlanta, that was not a fun experience.
Yeah.
I was very anxious there.
Yeah, and that's home for me, and it doesn't. I don't feel as safe anymore now. Like I was staying downtown Atlanta, and child 7 o'clock came. I was running, like almost running up the street to get back to my hotel.
I
was
like after dark when I go to St. Louis.
Right. So it's nothing like this level of security and safety that I feel here that I don't know I'll feel other places.
Your boobs grow in menopause hits. What the hell?
What? I may need to get a reduction first so they get any bigger for my size. I think it may start hurting if they literally get any bigger. Love your frames. Who's the designer? Dolce and Gabbana.
Oh, these?
Mm-hmm.
But they're old, so don't try to cancel me.
She's trying to gatekeep.
When I worked at Target. Yeah, very little to do here.
I'm trying to explore different places, but I don't. I mean, you can just eat. Like all you can do here is just eat. There's not really a lot of, or everything's
if
very
I stay
family.
Here, I would have to have a house on the beach. Like that would be the benefit, is that I could wake up to the ocean and it would be at a relative deal compared to anywhere else getting oceanfront property.
Yeah.
But if I move, it would be back to DC because it's still like a cleaner city, and I just like it. And Josh's family is there. He did you were quitting your job?
No way, Jose. No way, Jose. No way. No, I did think that I was gonna miss it by now. Because I've had people, of course, email me or like either friends or colleagues or even other recruiters about opportunities, and it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel. I gotta feel it because I also wouldn't want to go back to another organization and I'm not in it. Like I'm not there or I'm agitated, I'm re-triggered. I don't want to be in that place anymore. I don't want to. So, I would love to give an organization like my best, my all of Akida, but I feel like what I'm doing now feels good. I'm still eating every day, not missing any meals. So I'm having enough money come in that I can still eat. And if I don't make any money, I'll come over here and eat. They got HelloFresh. So I know what's gonna.
HelloFresh didn't come today.
It didn't come today.
Oh, we ain't got no HelloFresh.
So I feel like my support system's not gonna let me starve. But like I said, I've started doing like career consultations, so that has been consistent enough to where I still feel like I am honoring the HR side of myself and also offering value and also growing income from that. So
too soon to say.
Too soon
Josh
to say.
being full time. It's the second week.
It's been like 12 days. How is it being away from family? It used to be very, very hard for me. But now I don't feel that way. I don't. I think the pandemic. I don't know. I went into the pandemic because then I missed them more, or felt like I really wanted to make sure that I was more intentional about the time I spent. But I don't. It doesn't. I mean, I just get in the car and I go see them, or get in the plane.
Yeah, same. I just sent my mom here.
Yeah.
She came to New York with us last weekend. So anytime I'm just like, can you take off work?
And also I noticed that when I am home, I'm much more tired because it's exhausting to be stretched hey, can you do this? Hey, he can pick me up. Hey, can go there? Can we go there? Hey, meet me up. Because I spend so much money and I'm driving around all over the place when I'm just like, oh, I need to get away from you people. Like, this is a lot to do, to be that stimulated or to have so many people not depend on you, but you just got to, you're so much
trying
more
to see everyone too.
Yeah, trying to see different people or do different things all the time. Like it is a luxury to have some distance because no one depends on me. Like, I don't have to. Like, I still have the same tank of gas that I had 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna have a tank.
Mm-hmm. I seem like a loner. I don't know. Please look up what a loner means.
Ooh.
Let me see.
Yeah, let's make sure.
Am I a loner? I don't think so though, because I always have friends. Yeah, I mean, but I've had the same friends.
I don't know about loner. I don't know. I don't know
the
definition.
A person who prefers not to associate with others. No. No.
But you are very okay with being by yourself. Like, you don't require people to be content. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, if I can just like get a bowl of popcorn, get in the bed and watch a movie, I'm like, yeah, we're about to have a good time, baby. But there's a few, where's the intro? I think I'm more of an introvert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just know how to turn it on to do my job.
Mm-hmm.
But that was also a learned behavior. Like, I learned that at Target when I had to like host visits at my store. Mm-hmm. It would be like putting on a show, and I would have to like practice. Like, okay, what am I gonna, what's the intro gonna be? Okay, as I take them around the store, like the CEO is coming. What am I gonna say? Like, it was like a performance. So I got a lot of practice. And now I'm on YouTube.
I always feel like the people that are the most quiet in person do the best on YouTube. Like,
yeah, we're just talking to ourselves.
I mean, everyone's like, oh, I'm really quiet in person. Like, what? You're amazing on YouTube. Yeah. But you also are very funny, like, in real life. Like, even if the camera wasn't on, you're really funny.
But people I know.
I really do think you're a funny person. Yeah. You're very funny. Ohio is in the building. Hello from Ohio. Well, I think we answered all the questions, eh? What say you?
Definitely. How's my TikTok have 40 views?
Your TikTok has 40 views? You don't come up on my thing. You know what? But I also don't follow. No one fashion related comes up on my. What?
Stretching my legs. Sorry.
I don't know. Are you trying to tell me something? Why is your toe getting closer and closer to my face? Oh my God. That'll do it. Do you have a favorite YouTuber?
Lately, I've been watching a lot of like fashion history content. I like this guy called the Fashion Roadmap, or the Roadman, Fashion Roadman. I always talk about Think Media. I also love this girl. I like more commentary. Like, I don't watch people that really do what I do. But I like a lot of commentary channels that I can kind of just put on, like, what are those things called? Or you just listen to people talk?
Like podcasts?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. That's it. Let me see her name. Khadijah is her name, but I'm going to Mowabi, I think. But she does commentary, but she does it really clever, and she's just really smart. She does like just social, things that are going on. What?
So sad. Oh, Jenee is leaning over. We're losing her.
You should have already lost me. We're an hour past the time.
We're an hour past the time. We both even days before was like, all right, 1 hour, even up to like 30 minutes before, we were like 1 hour. And here we are, 2 hours, 2 hours later. But it feels good. Like, this doesn't feel forced, so don't take that as us saying like,
Yeah, no.
we don't like it. We literally are just as comfortable as we, well, casual, I would say.
Yes, that was my first time meeting Jackie. It was great. She was so nice. She's even more pretty in person. It was her party, so it also wasn't like we could just like in the room. Well, it was dinner before, but she made sure to like to me several times and we talked, and it was great. It was better than I anticipated. So because it was also like I didn't know anyone there, so I was by myself.
That's a good thing, because I know before we talked about like celebrities you'd want to meet or something like that, and we said that one thing that we would hate is that you meet someone that you admire, look up to, and then they're like assholes, and you're like, well, now I don't like you anymore. When I had this persona of you, like you were a nice person or whatever. So that's good that she matched exactly what is portrayed.
Yeah, even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing about TikTok. It's like even if you follow somebody that they follow me, but they really see my videos, TikTok is just about entertaining you. Like they don't care who follows you or who you follow. They're just like, we're just going to show you the most popular things right now.
Stay on the app. And that's still like a mind thing for me that I can't. Like I'm trying to find something that's gonna make it stick. I think so much of social media we've grown on like having a community. Even like when you have a blog, people are like it's about joining the community or finding a community, and like with having a newsletter or having a YouTube channel or having Instagram, it's about building a community. And TikTok's like, just meet all kinds of people, just flirt with everybody.
You don't care about your community.
There's no community.
Any other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions. I just started. I think I zoned out.
I mean,
I think I checked out. Like just
clocking out before into your shift.
I felt like I was here with my friends. We just, just quiet for a moment.
I thought she was looking at the question.
I started vibing out with you guys, listening to the music. This is so funny. Love the personalities. Jenee with the gems. Nia said, y'all silly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to call it a night. I have not had any dinner. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you for being here and being present, especially for those in the UK. I know it is late for you guys, so thank you so much for joining from everywhere in the world that you are, taking time away from your families to shoot the shit with us. When's the next one? To be continued. We will let you guys know. But again, still continue to support Jenee and I by liking content, sharing it with your friends and family. Not only does it let us know that you're here and you care about us, but it helps this algorithm that we have no control over get us out there.
Put her work hat back on.
My work hat came back on. Okay, we're all here to have fun, but remember, we need to eat. Okay, so. So thank you so much. This was very fun. I will keep this up. So you'll be able to see this live at any time, and the chat is here. I said I was gonna go live on Friday here. I'm trying to make the shift, and that's part of me. Because I do lives every week on Instagram. I'm trying to do more lives on here. And what I love about it is that the chat stays here. Whereas Instagram, the chat goes away when you do the replay. I don't like that. I like the chat to stay here. So I said I'm gonna go live Friday, have an after work, but it'll only be like a midday work work according to Akida session. If that it's still on for this week, and so I'll be here Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Outside of that, have a good evening. We thank you. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go watch my last H&M haul because it's a cute one.
So cute.
You saw it already?
No, I'm sorry. It was just being supportive. I was napping.
I was like, how did you do that? You were asleep. But the support's there. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. I was about to say, first, before we go, let me get my footage for Cam. You just sit back up, please, for the camera. Thank you. Look alive, people. Look alive. All right, everyone, we're on here. Say cheese.
Never stop working.
Panning to you.
Oh,
Panning to all you guys. We see your name on here. Hey. Ooh, we had a time last night. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night. Peace out.
you remember how to end it?
Yeah. Oh, not you. All right. Good night again.